most of the last couple of years. It turned out to be a wonderful thing. But now I want to turn, cool idea, right? No one else has done it. Wish I could patent the idea. Anyway, when I was 19, I got a really, really big break, I got to play with my favorite group in the whole wide world, Return to Forever. So when I was going to Berkeley, I had two opportunities to see the band, and the second time I saw the band was with the second guitarist that they had, that not a lot of people know about, and his name was Earl Klug. Now Earl is a wonderful acoustic player, but I've never known him to be an electric player. So there he was standing here with a Les Paul guitar and a Marshall amp. I said, that's not Earl. That can't be Earl. It was Earl. So I said, man, that's awfully strange. I would love to have that shot. So I called a friend of mine back in New Jersey. There's this friend of mine, his name is Michael. You just imagine, he was like my older brother. He wasn't really a brother, but he was like my older brother. And he was just picture like a Woodstock hippie kind of guy, always high, but just a wonderful guy, also an amateur recording engineer. And he happened to listen to the story of me singing the band, and I just told him, hey Michael, I just saw the band with Earl Klug, and man, I would give anything to play with that band, because I had the Les Paul, and I was really into that new fusion thing. And that's all I said, and Michael took it upon himself to take a tape he had made of me playing with the Barry Miles Quartet on New Year's Eve into the city. He found Chick and he found the management, and he bugged the hell out of them like you can't imagine until they heard the tape. So I get this call in my apartment, the phone rings. He goes, hello, this is Al. I said, yes, who's this? This is Chick Corea. I said, yeah, right, it's not Chick Corea. No, this is Chick Corea. I said, your buddy Mike has a tape of you that he brought in the city, and we love what we heard. I said, well, what tape did you hear? He goes, some tape of you playing on New Year's Eve with Barry Miles. I said, oh, God, no. Because that's the night that Michael slipped me a tab of acid. I was tripping like you can't imagine. And I heard that tape, I couldn't believe the lines I was playing, lines I don't know how it was possible. I never learned those lines. And when you're tripping, you come up with some other stuff, let me tell you. So, I didn't tell the chick that, I was tripping, because he's a Scientologist, he would have had a heart attack. I would have been fired before I was hired. So, he goes to me, he goes, man, we want you to join the band, not join, you're not rehearsed, not try out, join the band. So I turned to my girlfriend at the time, I said, look, I'm leaving. She goes, well, you going to the store? I said, no, I'm leaving. I'm gone. And she goes, well, where are you going? I said, I'm going on tour with Chick Corea. And Chick just told me my first show was at Carnegie Hall on Tuesday night. So I go all the way back to New Jersey where, this is like right out of a dream, right? So I go to New Jersey, my mother, knock on the screen door, middle of the day, I think it was the weekend. And she always had it locked. I don't know why she always had it locked. She had it locked. So she comes to the screen door, she goes, oh my God, what are you doing home from school? I said, Mom, I'm playing Carnegie Hall on Tuesday night. And my father's in the background, his white t-shirt with the paper at the dinner table, and he lowers the paper. He goes, what the hell are you doing home from school? You're not playing Carnegie Hall on Tuesday. Get the hell out of here. I said, Dad, I'm really playing Carnegie Hall. Get the hell out of here. With who? Chick Corea. Who's Chuck Corea? I said, Chick Corea. Yeah, he's very, very popular. This is my favorite band. And it took an hour for them to get over it. Luckily, my mother had a lot of Xanax. I was nervous as hell. So they send the limo over to the house. Pick me up. My parents got in the limo. Neighbors are looking like, what the hell happened? Funeral or something? So we go into Carnegie Hall, and I was scared. I was standing there, my first show at Carnegie Hall. I'm in the limo with my father. And on the way over, I go, Dad, you always used to say to me, you know how you get to Carnegie Hall? No, acid, acid, acid. I'm the only guy that could say that. Seriously. I didn't tell him that, but it was a little bit of practice too. So I had the music stands as high as my head standing there so I wouldn't see the audience because I was petrified. And he announced me, he told the story about how he got a tape and everything. The audience gave me a standing ovation. And really, it was like a dream. They were so strong, Stanley, Lenny, and Chick, that I didn't even have to play. That's how good they were. But I had to, God passed me the football. I had to run with it. I had to go fast, you know. So anyway, we went on this tour, playing this brand new music that was going to be the first album that I would appear on, which was called Where Have I Known You Before, right? I was still 19 through the whole tour. And then, well, I'll tell you, we played a bunch of different venues like clubs, theaters, and also stadiums. And the stadiums were part of the Newport Jazz Festival with a lot of other acts, like Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, who the hell else, Earth, Wind and Fire, you know, like a lot of different types of acts. You know, so, man, I went from Berkeley, my little scrungy apartment, to playing second bass at Houston Astrodome, you know, and playing Carnegie Hall, and it was all like a surreal dream. But the capper was, at the end of the tour, we go into the studio, a place called the Record Plant in New York City, and who was in the next room? John Lennon. So I got to see John record, and then, you know, it was like the dream of, the ultimate dream come true, because I was a huge Beatles fan, still am, of course. And I was playing ping pong every day with his son, Julian, who was 10 at the time, and I was beating the hell out of him every game. And that's it. That was my story. It's going in my book. So, yeah, Chick was a tremendous inspiration. I mean, he left a legacy, phenomenal music. And I gotta say, he encouraged each one of us in the band. You just got the workers. Anyway, he encouraged each one of us in the band to write music, you know. And at that time, you know, I was really not interested in writing. I didn't know if I could write music, but because of his encouragement, we all landed solo contracts and everything. And now I'm 35 records. I have 35 solo records to this date, which is... And boy, each one was, there was a lot of pain making, let me tell you. It was, and a lot of joy too. But I want to play something from Chick, an acoustic version of a piece that was one of my favorite pieces of his called Señor Mouse.